I don't know a single person who hasn't played or at least hasn't heard at this game. The melody and atmosphere in this game stay with you for a lifetime. But even more unforgettable is the difficulty of this game. And despite its hardcore nature, teenagers of the 90s spent countless hours in it. To your attention, I won't be afraid to use this word, the legendary game Battletoads and Double Dragon. Hello, my name is Perseval, and on this channel I talk about video games and more. And this time we will talking about the greatest and the most legendary beat 'em up on the NES, Battletoads and Double Dragon. This game is the official crossover of two franchises, Battletoads by Rare and Double Dragon by Technōs Japan. At the time, it was rare to see such a crossover. In fact, the first instance where heroes from two series not only met but actually teamed up against common enemy. The game was released in 1993 on NES, Sega Mega Drive and even Game Boy. The versions were different, and the 8-bit one was the hardest. And what can I say about this game? It's super cool. The dynamic, the atmosphere, the graphic, it's a simple 10 out of 10, and the physics of this hit, the sound, it's pure epic. Honestly, I don't know any other game where beating up enemies feels so satisfying. Of course, in some moments it doesn't exactly stand the test of time, for example when you have to beat up those girls. But then, when as a kid you first met them and you with full force, you kinda forgot about decency and just swung your fist left and right. By the way, speaking of fist and hit, in the game you can choose between the Battletoads themselves, Rush, Zed and Pimple, or the Dragon Brothers, Billy and Jimmy Lee. Each of them has their own moveset and animation, and most importantly you could play the game with your best friend. That is, there is full co-op, which made this game legendary in every neighborhood during my childhood. And there were also two modes, Simple and one where you could take damage from each other hit, and if you turned on that mode, it was almost guaranteed you'd be arguing with your friend after 10 minutes. So, I don't recommend it at all. Still, the game is very cool, but also very hard. I don't remember anyone among my friends ever actually beaten it. Personally, I have vivid memories of watching my dad play this game. I clearly remember him reaching the penultimate level because I distinctly recall that big guy, Shadow was. I don't remember if he beat him or finished the game, but I do remember the emotion I felt watching him play. I myself never beat the game too, so for this video I decided to finally close the chapter and finish it. So the game begins with the level most people remember, Tale of the Red Ship. Here we get familiar with the mechanics, freak out over those instantly long arms that stick in your memory forever, and meet the first boss, Abobo. According to Wikipedia, he is classic hack from the Double Dragon series, first appearing in the 1987. He's not hard to beat, I'd ever say it's satisfying, because every solid hit on him is pure joy. After defeating him, we enter the spaceship. There we met guys you can literally slam into the ground like nails, and those animations are just immortal. We also encounter those long-legged robots that drop a stick, which you can use it smack enemies or knock them back like a baseball. And then those guys with dynamite. Oh, how they annoyed me as a kid. Actually, who am kidding? They still annoy me now. But look, this is the only second level, and the variety of enemies and mechanics is already huge. Truly one of the best games on a 8-bit system. But not surprising since it came out when 16-bit consoles were already around. In the second half of the level there is the iconic space bike ride. And damn, it was so cool, just look at that speed. Nowadays it's fairly simple section, but back in childhood our reflexes weren't so good, unlike you right now, since I'm almost sure most of you have already dropped a like before I even reminded you. If not, you still have time while the heroes are racing on their bikes. At the end of the stage, we face the next boss, Big Black, a huge mutant rat. In the series, he always come across dim-witted but still a very dangerous brute. Here, he got the spaceship cargo bay, also not too hot, but his special move is heavy jump, best not to get caught underneath. A fun fight overall. After him comes probably my most hated level, and all because of Zoot's rope section where you have to climb down, and honestly I never figure out the mechanics properly, not back then, not now. There are moves that help a lot, but I never mastered them. Anyway, this stage also introduced dangerous woman enemies and a lot of traps, like presses and electricity. At the end we face the boss Roper. He shoots at you with his machine gun, which is really unpleasant, so it's best not to get caught in his burst. Otherwise he's not too tough, so it's a relatively easy fight. The level itself, though, is much harder. And if you beat him, congrats, you cleared almost half the game. And just a reminder, there are no password or infinity continues. 3 lives and that's it. Game over. And it only gets harder. So you need to save those lives. Also, the next level is really cool, and it's not even a beat 'em up. You hop into a spaceship and head onto the open space. There you fight against a massive enemy ship, Colossus. The level is awesome and taut. You need to dodge shoot, destroy asteroid, and at the end their long boss fight. After you win, the ship falls apart and you jump onto a core section, which is heading straight to destroy Earth. That starts the next stage, also very difficult. You fight rats and other enemies, try not to fry your backside in the flames, and rush to the cockpit, where the boss Robomanos awaits. Very cool dude. He's got a long neck and shoots lasers. Weird, sure, but the fight is fun. You need to dodge his shots and strike at the right moment. After beating him, the rocket crashed onto Earth and we find ourselves at the Darkwind base. But before meeting her, we must face her right-hand man, and the main boss from the Double Dragon franchise, Shadow Boss. I mentioned him when talking about my dad, that as far as he ever got. This is the penultimate stage, and honestly the game slowed down here a bit. The last 2 levels are much shorter and you reach the bosses almost right away. He's cool, the tactic is simple, jump on the lamp to dodge his attack and hit him whenever you can. After defeating him, we arrive at the Darkwind ship, where the final battle with her begins almost immediately. She taught, and I recommended saving as many lives as possible before facing her. She doesn't have many attacks, but she uses them deceptively. Still, as I said earlier, very few people in childhood ever saw this fight, because hardly anyone made it that far. I, however, finally defeated her and beat the game. Of course, she escaped, promising revenge, but that story for another time. That's Battletoads and Double Dragon. I finally beat it and I'm very satisfied. It truly is a unique game that holds a special place in the heart of gamers. Write in the comments whether you played it and if anyone here actually beat it as a kid. Surprise me! And also write which game you'd like next video to be about. My name is Perseval, like this video, play a good game and don't forget where it all started. Bye bye!